welcome back to my channel. All right, y'all. I decided to jump my little self on here real quick. I'm not even fully prepared, but you know, you gotta get these videos in. Because by the way, I am at like 907 subscribers. So excited about that. So, you know, I only have 100 more to go. But we're getting there. You know, we're getting somewhere. So, okay. First and foremost, let me just say, y'all. First, let me say, so much to say. And I'm supposed to make this video quick. So, before I even forget, right? So, my name is Tiana. I do all kinds of things on this channel. Follow my micro Locs journey is the biggest thing because I have micro Locs. And I do lock styles, hair tutorials, singing, sewing, a bunch of stuff that I'm just passionate about. I did just see the thing pop up, so I know I'm live. Let me just, you gotta be careful. So you're gonna hear the replay, like always. I'm gonna turn it down. Oh, look at me. Had it down before you heard it. But, oh, just joking. I don't know if it does that to y'all, but sometimes when I click on it, it goes black, and then I gotta re-click it again. So if it does that to you, you know, re-click it again. Hey, girl! How was your day? How was everybody's day? I hope everybody is doing well. Don't let me fool you because I am tired. Hey, Sister Carolyn, how are you? Happy Friday, everyone. So glad that it's Friday. Hopefully we can get some rest. So I literally just got in, but I thought I could do a video before I wind down because once I wind down, I'm not winding back up. All right, so many good things to tell you all, y'all. Just a lot of good things happening for me that I'm excited about. And yeah, I'm not too bad, you know? Greetings, sis. Oh, Shima, I thought you were saying that to me. I'm about to say, why did she call me sis? Thank you. Yeah, I had a busy week. So yes, I wanted to say thank you to everybody that wished me happy birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all those people that say happy birthday to me all the time. And I got a lot of new people too that say happy birthday. So that's always nice and always a surprise. A lot of people treated me nice for my birthday, on my birthday, because I even got to use like some coupons for my birthday and stuff. And people was nice to me, so that's nice. But oh my gosh, this week has been so busy. I thought I was going to be able to relax and do some birthday stuff. But no, it was busy. But like I said, I have a lot of good things coming, y'all. And some stuff I made videos for. So hopefully you will get those. And so, you know, you can know some of the good stuff that's going on in my life. But, you know, some things you got to keep on a hush-hush until things start unfolding. And then everybody can see it. And then you're like, yeah, God did that. So, yes, a lot of good stuff. And I know I get so many of my church family that watch my videos. And I thank you and I appreciate it so much. But I need your prayers because all of this good stuff that I have coming up is going to take prayer in order for everything to work out, y'all. And I'm so excited. But I'm also like really anxious to see everything unfold. But a lot of good stuff. And like I said, I made some videos, so hopefully you all will see. But yes, you know, you gotta say those that can get a prayer through, pray for me. I need your prayers. And then hopefully I can share all the good stuff with you. And we can rejoice together. But yes, so excited. So yeah. So what I wanted to do was go and finish our book. I owe you all this book. And I honestly think I lost just a little interest because we got to the oils part. And for those of you that have been watching my channel, you know I do not do oils. So that's probably why I'm like slacking on it. But the next part's coming up, protective styling. I mean, come on. Like, locks are the epitome of protective styling. Thank you, Sister Carolyn. Yes, y'all, please keep me in your prayers. Like, I have some really good stuff to share. And I'm probably anxious too because I'm like, I want to share it, but you know, I need to, you know, work on these things. But yeah, it's really, really like dream come true stuff. So I really hope that God blesses me and that everything works out. That would be nice. Okay. With that being said, also, like I said, I'm up to like 907 as of right now. You know, YouTube plays with you. It'll give you subscribers and then you lose them and you're like, why. But yes, so for those of you that are subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. And I need your help to watch the videos, because there's 2 milestones that I always talk about that you have to reach, which is getting 1,000 subscribers. So I'm almost there. But you also have to get 4,000 watch hours, which is really, really hard to do. And I'm only halfway there. So, play my videos. Play them all the way through. Play them while you're working, while you're driving. Just play them and let the watch time build up. And that goes for me and Shades of Sage, because we're both kind of working on the same thing. And I think we'll both breathe a little easier when we reach those 2 milestones. So she already has her 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations to her. But so she just got to work on her watch hours. And I got to work on both. So again, need your help, need your prayers. All right, let's get into it. Now, before I talk to you about protective styling, which is important, come on, so excited about that. We have to talk about one last part of the oils and stuff, and that is a rice mask. So, stay with me. Rice mask is only like a page and a half, and then we talk about protective styling, and I got so much to say, so I don't even know if I can get it all done in this video. But if not, we'll come back. Thank you, Sheep. Thank you. I really need prayers, for real. Like, pray for me. I'm trying to be calm, but I'm like really need prayers. All right, so let's talk about how to prepare a rice mask. So we talked about oils, and if you're following the channel, we've been reading this hair growth book, some things that I want to try, and I'll let you know when I try them from the book, and then some things that you could try. It's just good hair care. And like I've said before, it was this book that kind of started me, my sisters, my family, like on good hair care. So not just wanting your hair to grow, but like, how do you care for your hair? How do you care for natural hair? How do you care for extremely curly hair? Or how do you care for hair of different textures and different wave patterns and things? So I really love this book. But here you go. How to prepare a rice mask. It's a page and a half. Stay with me. But some of you might want to try it. So it says all you need is a quarter cup or more of cooked rice, depending on how much you need. Add the rice to a food processor or a blender. Add approximately 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Add more coconut oil as needed in order to turn the rice into a paste. Then you're going to add 5 to 6 drops of essential oil. So like I said before, you might want to get your pen and paper out if you're interested. Blend those things well. Use until the mixture becomes smooth, more like a yogurt than a paste. So you're applying that to freshly washed hair, massage it into your scalp, your hair. Make sure it gets to the ends of your hair, covering it all with the rice mask. Sit under your steam cap for 20 minutes. Longer is not necessary, so 20 minutes should do it for you. And then you can leave the mask on for at least 2 hours. That's optional, but you're also free to rinse the mask off after steaming it. So you can sit under the steamer, under a dryer or something for the 20 minutes, but you don't have to do it longer, she's saying. And then you can rinse it out. You can keep it in for about 2 hours and rinse it out. Now, like I've said before, just reiterating, and welcome to all the people that I see logging on. I appreciate it. I tried rice mask twice. Once rice water, not a rice mask like she's saying here, making the paste. Once I just rinsed it out. Another time I left it on a little longer. Both times I felt like I didn't see hardly anything from it, like anything different. I did notice that it made my hair a little bit drier. So I'm not a fan of using rice water and stuff. And I probably will never try this, honestly. But if you have tried rice water or something with rice in it, because I think a lot of like the places in like Asia and them, like they're big on using rice and stuff for their hair, and they kind of like truly believe that's really good. So if you're somebody interested and you want to try it, go ahead and try it. Why not? What do you have to lose? You shouldn't lose hair unless you let it get too dry and you manipulate it. But the treatment can be altered based on which oils you choose to use in your rice mask. You can add any of the oils that we talked about in the last video that promote hair growth, such as onion oil, fenugreek, or your carrier oil. And then you can add any combination of essential oils, adding a few drops. You can also add a humectant, which we talked about in the earlier videos. So if you want to know about humectants, they're super important especially for extremely curly hair. But you can add in humectants such as glycerin or honey for a nice moisturizing treatment. 2 tablespoons of glycerin with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil along with your essential hair, so I don't know if it means essential oil, is another variation. But here's a note that she put here. Use the rice hair mask when your hair feels rough, dry, and brittle. Use it when your hair has more, needs more of an emollient treatment. And this rice mask should feel like a rich yogurt filled with natural goodness as it coats your strands. So once a week as a steam treatment is all you really need, and it's very, very, very effective. So she says, imagine a combination of all those nutrients, vitamins, minerals, oils, herbs, and properties all coming together, but without any chemical preservatives. And it's all designed to stimulate amazing hair growth. Again, never tried it, but you absolutely can. You know what? I think it is more of a protein, and I think that's why she's saying to add the humectant to it to kind of soften it up and make it moisturizing, because a lot of people see it get dry from it. So you can add a humectant, but just don't forget that what I just described is a rice mask. So it's kind of like a rice conditioner or a mask, if you've ever seen a hair mask. So it's kind of like a rice mask, a rice conditioner, and so that should be a little bit different for your hair as well. So yeah, if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. It doesn't sound bad at all if it gets nice and smooth like yogurt. That sounds really, really nice. But yeah, you're putting all this stuff in a blender, 1/4 cup of rice, and all that fun stuff. I will go into details, but go ahead and replay the video. Let's get into this protective styling. All right, I'm skipping the next part. It's on trimming your own hair, and we don't do that over here. So you're going to have to get that information from someone else. Skipping that little 1.5 pages and moving on to protective styling, which I love. Protective styling. Shima, you could chime in. Anybody that has ever done protective styling, please chime in. Now, protective styling can be extremely good, and in most cases it is good. It's not the protective styling ever that messes your hair up. It is your styling or your manipulation afterwards that messes your hair up, or how you treated your hair while it was styled. So yeah, let's see how much we can get into. It's a few pages here, so I probably some of it tells you about protective styling, and then some gives you, and then 3 pages or so are protective styling ideas. So yeah, so let's go back to my hair history. Shima and I, Shades of Sage, and again, go ahead and check out her channel. It's called Shades of Sage. All things motherhood over there, but you also get like cooking stuff, tutorials. You get some interviews with some special people. I'm one of those special people. So you get a bunch of different things over there as well, but you can go ahead and subscribe and check out her channel. And again, watch our videos, y'all. Let them play. We need to amp up our watch hours. But when we first went natural, we did do the big chop, and so protective styling was our best friend. So her and I, after reading this lovely book, decided that we were going to spend a whole year protective styling, and we went to the extreme so much that people didn't even see our hair for the whole year. For the whole year, we kept it in 2-strand twists, and I want to say individual twists, right, Sheem? Like, I don't think we did like a flat twist. I'm pretty sure it was individual twists. We were able to just do everything that was in this book to do. Use the oils, the massages, wet our hair whenever we felt like it. I think we were kind of wetting it like almost every time we took a shower. Just all of those good things. And we did see a lot of growth from it. Stay away from heat and all of that fun stuff, which we'll get into the O'Hara method, or the method that me and Shima tried to follow soon. But yes, we definitely did protective styling. I'm a firm believer of protective styling if it is done correctly. All right, so here we go. Let's see what her thoughts are. So the harsh elements, along with the daily styling and manipulation, could put a heavy strain on your hair. This is especially the case when you are doing any of the harsh practices found to cause hair breakage, and we definitely talked about hair breakage again in a previous video. So check out the playlist. If they're not on a playlist, but they should be, I will put all the videos for the book in a playlist so you can watch them all back to back. And it says, if you want to grow long, beautiful hair, you must learn about the importance of protective styling. And it does not matter what type of hair you have, what ethnicity, You are. Protective styling is very important in retaining your hair growth. So, here are some benefits of protective styling. Number one, less friction. Every time you manipulate your hair, you run the risk of having it break. Protective styling gives your hair a rest and an opportunity to grow, which is why I always say Locs is the ultimate protective styling because we don't comb through our hair. It's already separated, and whatever detangling we did before a lock, that's the only detangling it's going to get, and we don't manipulate it anymore. So same thing, if you are somebody who does a really good regimen of like 2-strand twist every 2 weeks or something like that, you are into protective styling. But it's less friction because you're not styling your hair every single day and manipulating it. You're kind of letting it stay clumped together and then moving those larger pieces around. Less friction, less breakage. Strength and volume. So as your hair has an opportunity to rest, and that's number 2, strength and volume, from the daily hair loss that comes with heavy styling, it gets an opportunity to gain fullness. So when your hair is uneven and broken, it's much more vulnerable to further breakage. But when it has the opportunity to grow out to one full healthy length, it greatly reduces hair loss. Okay, so what she's saying is hair that is close to everything being the same length, that makes your hair stronger, because those, when you have pieces that's really, really short and pieces that's really, really long all over your head, like your strands are not all the same length, then that can cause breakage because you have the pieces that's short kind of standing off by themselves and more prone to breakage than when everybody is together. And that is why, for those of you that wear buns all the time, especially my sisters who, and not my natural sisters, but like my church sisters, who, those of us who cover our heads all the time, when your bun is your main style, you get a lot of breakage right here in the middle of your hair where you keep putting your bun at. And then that breakage continues to stay breakage because those hairs are separated from the hairs that is around surrounding your crown that could be longer. So when you go to pull it all in a ponytail, you get a lot of breakage. And we will get into that in a separate video, God willing, because that needs to be broken down, because we've got to stop this. We've got to stop this. We got to stop letting our hair break off from these buns, especially if you're putting a bun on it and then putting a scarf over top of it. You're adding to the friction. So strength and volume is your hair all growing to one length, and that is you can achieve that better when you do protective styling. So number 3, saving the ends. The ends of your hair are the most fragile part of your hair because they're the oldest part of your hair. They're very, very prone and more prone to split ends, getting dry and brittle. And this is why every bottle of conditioner will stress the need to focus on conditioning the ends of your hair first, because that's the part that needs the most care and moisture. Protective styles with the emphasis on securing the ends so that they do not get caught in your clothes or out in the elements is important. Always focus on styles which give the ends a rest from the elements and a good slather of thick oil to protect the ends. Again, firm supporter of this. So with that being said, you know that your ends are the oldest part of your hair. The parts at the bottom are the parts that's years and years old. If you're retaining it anyways, are parts that's years and years old. And these parts that's coming out at their roots, these things are only like a month old, 2 months old. So they're not as prone to breakage as the ones that are years old because it's been there a little bit longer. So when you do protective styling, you are thinking about how can you tuck in your ends of your hair and protect them from splitting, from rubbing against stuff like how mine's kind of rubbing against the sweater. Which is, if you're loose natural, that can cause breakage, and that could also cause like a plateau, like your hair always stopping at one spot because maybe it keeps falling on your shoulders, like mine kind of falls, and it's always rubbing against that all the time. And when it's rubbing against that, you could be causing breakage. Now I'm a little bit safer because I have the Locs, so the Locs themselves are kind of like wrapped around protecting themselves, but when your hair gets there as a loose natural, just be mindful of your hair, your ends rubbing it against stuff. So when you do protective styling, you kind of want to tuck your ends in. Those styles that allow you to tuck your ends in, but not tight, but tuck them in or curl them up or somehow keep them tucked up and hidden are really good. And not only from like the stuff that you wear, but from the outside weather. Right now we're kind of in the cold seasons, so protecting your hair from the extreme cold, the extreme weather that could take away its moisture is really, really good. She talks about making sure you have a lot of oil on your ends. You can also make sure you put a lot of conditioner on your ends. Those type of things really help out a lot. Shades of Sage says, all these S's. She loves this series because locks are a game changer for some people with length retention. And it is, especially for people like me who's just bad with keeping their hands out their hair. You know, because if you got really curly hair, you need to keep your hands out of it. But if you like to try different styles and stuff, or you just like wearing your hair out, that's kind of hard to do. So locks help with that because you can kind of style your hair. You don't want to overdo it, but you still have a better opportunity to style your hair and still retain its length. So that's really good. So you have less friction, strength and volume. Number 3, saving your ends. And number 4, lock in moisture in. Protective styles will allow your hair to retain some much needed moisture. With your hair secure in braids or twists, out of direct exposure with the elements, they help to lock in moisture. So think of a piece of fabric that's frequently out in the sun or the open wind. That fabric will become faded, dry, brittle, and eventually become weak. And your hair works the same. So that's a really, really good analogy if you have clothes or something that you wear all the time and you kind of see how it starts to fade because it's always exposed versus those clothes that you don't wear all the time and how the color of them can stay a lot more rich because you don't wear it all the time. So it's not always exposed to being out. Or the shoes you don't wear all the time, they don't always look so warm because you only wear them but so often. So same thing with your hair. You having it out in the elements and different types of weather can have a wear and tear on it to where it might not retain the length that you want. So if you're on a hair growth journey during the winter seasons, you might want to consider having your hair up and protected, but it needs to be moisturized. It does not help you if it's not moisturized. So she has a little tip here that says, treat your hair like the most expensive, most elusive, exclusive dress you have ever purchased. Naturally, it requires only the finest treatment to achieve longevity. So true. What was I about to say? Because I just totally lost my thought. Man. Oh, okay. So you know how clothes sometimes tell you, like, you got a delicate setting on your washing machine. And some clothes say, like, only wash it in cold temperatures, things like that. Like those things that are finer, you have to treat it delicately, and that's how your hair is. So I often make the statement that, you know, your hair is a plant, you have to water it, love it, all that fun stuff. And that's why some people, like Shades of Sage is a perfect example of this. And I think so because when she was natural, you know, when she was a loose natural, you could see how long she was able to grow her hair twice to waist length. And even her daughter is an example to Shades of Sage, my sister's Patience, because Saya has really, really curly hair like mine. But because my sister is so gentle, when she does hair in general, like her hair, her daughter's hair, it allows it to retain its length and to be able to grow. So if you're on a natural hair journey, or again, if you have locks, they're a little more, they're stronger together because you locked it together. But when you have loose hair, especially the curlier it gets or the finer as in your hair strand itself, if it's really, really skinny, your hair strands, or if your hair is extremely, extremely curly, has a lot of bends, you have to be extra, extra, extra patient, careful, slow in how you handle it and in how you treat it, and that will allow it to grow. And that is one of the reasons why I locked my hair, because I finally was understanding that, like how I have to move a little slower, take my time a little bit more, and make sure that I'm really treating it like it's really delicately. And I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to baby my hair the way it needed to be babied during like the detangling process. Not so much the styling, but the detangling process. And for that reason, that's one of the things that made me say, you know what, let me lock it, because if not, I'm going to end up breaking my hair off repeatedly and plateauing at the same length, which I was at bra strap length for it. Now I had to grow back, but I was at bra strap length for a really long time. It was really hard to get out of there. And then the fact that it's so curly, you didn't even get to see that it was at bra strap length. So, yeah, you have to really baby your hair. So, with that being said, even in protective styles, you need to be babying your hair. You should be misting your hair, spraying your hair with water and maybe a little bit of oil. Those are, now, we're going to talk about protective styles in general, but if you have the opportunity to work on your hair, then work on it. So if you're somebody who puts your hair in a protective style and you have the opportunity to be washing it in the protective style, wash it. You have the opportunity to shampoo it, condition it, do that. You have the opportunity to spray it, do that. If you're always wearing wraps, you're able to wash your hair. You're able to spray it. You're able to moisturize it. Massage it at night. Give it some love, some TLC. So even though you have these chunky twists in, still take care of your hair. And if you do that, if you take care of your hair, you will absolutely see good benefits from your protective styling. So the protective styling is one part, but how you treat it while it is in a protective style is a whole nother part. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to stop there because we're already at 26 minutes. The next part of this protective styling, so God willing, I'll come back, is the actual protective style. So she is going to give you 3. 1, 2, 2-ish, 3 of them. She's going to give you 3 styles that we're going to talk about. So, yeah, just stay tuned. So, hopefully we'll come back. I don't know if it's tomorrow or not, but hopefully we'll come back soon and we'll keep talking about protective styles. But love this topic. Another one of my favorites. So, overall, the takeaway is, yes, do it. Protective styles are great. But be mindful that you cannot just be putting your hair in twists and ignoring it because it's in twists. You got to love on it still as if it was out, but yet treat it extremely, 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 extremely gentle, like it is the delicate, delicate plant that it is. Okay, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for my shorts. I've been trying to get them out. And there's 2 of them that didn't really get off the ground good, but they're really important. I think they were like... maybe like the cost of getting locks and something else. I gave you some good information. So if you go back and find those shorts, hopefully you can get information from them. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your night. Hopefully I will see you all soon. Don't forget, pray for me. I need your prayers. I have some really good things going. And I just hope that God just blesses me with them. It would be just... amazing. So yeah, pray for me, pray for my sister, pray for our channels, and that hopefully we'll do really well, reach our 1,000 subscribers, our watch time, all of that fun stuff. But we need your support. We definitely can't do it without you. So for all of your support thus far up until this point, we really appreciate it. But until next time, hey Michaela, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. Until next time, everyone, adios.